Lifestyle, genetic predispositions, and environmental factors are often implicated as major causes of cancer. On the other hand, it should be known that the disease is not only physically explained as it is sometimes catalyzed by emotional trauma. In what ways do diseases linked to chemical imbalances such as stress and anxiety profoundly impacts our body? How to positively influence our health by taking into account certain mechanisms of chemical actions and processes. Each of our thoughts produces an emotion, counting over 3,500 neurochemical reactions in the brain. If we generate negative thoughts, then we produce neurochemicals such as cortisol, the hormone generated during stressful periods, substance P, associated with the regulation of mood disorders, anxiety, respiratory rhythm, nausea and pain, and adrenaline, in response to stress or physical activity. If we generate positive thoughts, then we produce, for example, serotonin, responsible for well-being, or dopamine, responsible for pleasure. Therefore, our thoughts and emotions dictate the functioning of our body. If you can change your thoughts and perceptions, then neurochemical and primary processes will accompany your transformation. By treating only the symptoms, the source of the problem remains. Our dogmatic health system is so obsessed with different drug treatments that it refuses to see the multiple factors potentially responsible for the disease. The thoughts and beliefs present in our minds are largely responsible for the emotional responses that lead to depression, anxiety, and addiction. The basis of our emotional state directly affects our lifestyle choices, exercise, eating habits, drugs, alcohol consumption. The work of neuroscientist Antonio Damasio focuses on the study of the neural bases of cognition and behavior. And among his main discoveries, we note not only the identification of neuronal sites involved in the process of emotions, but also the demonstration that emotions are involved in decision-making. The mind and body are very interconnected. Doctors make a mistake by treating only the physical symptoms and not the plain causes. We all know traumatic experiences that distance us from the unconditional love existing among all of us. We must know ourselves deeply and try to remedy our emotional pain. They prevent us from feeling the unconditional love that lies before our eyes. Our rulers and the media have always conditioned us to the feeling of guilt. Count the time you spend either feeling guilty, the victim, or accusing the other. The system will only fund research if it is profitable. There are, for example, hundreds of people trying to cure the disease by developing an addiction to ayahuasca, a liana-based drink traditionally consumed by shamans of the Indian tribes of the Amazon, used for its healing ability associated with local beliefs and practices. This plant is to consume in illegal and regulated. Unfortunately, no one is studying this herb for healing purposes. The focus of medical research in the United States, for example, depends only on two organizations, the National Education Association (NEA) and the American Medical Association (AMA), the largest medical association, and medical students from the United States. These organizations are largely funded by the Rockefellers, Rothschild and Morgan families, who also reap the benefits of their involvement in the pharmaceutical industry. This is perfectly explained in the documentary Thrive, produced by Foster Gamble. How can we change things? There are many ways to foster change, but the first is to be fully responsible for our own lives. First and foremost, it is crucial to remove the victim's outfit and decide to capture a maximum of positive waves. It is important to generate stimulating thoughts in order to switch to a positive state of mind. And to get out of the usual consumption patterns where we are encouraged to appropriate material goods to be satisfied. This process could remain infinite if we do not identify our real needs that do not cost a penny. Let's get out of the habitual modes of behavior that capitalist society has instilled in us and refocus on a healthier, authentic and